وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. يقول الله عز وجل: إن الله يحب التوابين ويحب المتطهرين. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: الطهور شطر الإيمان. صدق الله وصدق رسوله الكريم، ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين. اللهم اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم زدنا علما وارزقنا فهما. Respected brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Carrying on with the lesson of Tahara, we have come to the chapter of Al-Mashu. Al-Mashu is to pass water on any place. We call it Al-Mashu. But here we will be specific on the things that we can make mashu on it. And that is khuffayn first. Khuffayn, leather socks, you can make mashu on it. You can make mashu on a normal socks. Also you can make mashu, even though there are different opinions of scholars when it comes to making mashu on your socks. To an extent, the madhab of Hanafi is they've given conditions when it comes to make masah on your socks. That there must be socks that we cannot see, the skin cannot be seen. And also it must be something that is strong, meaning strong to an extent that it mustn't be torn anywhere at all. It's not possible for you to touch it and then be able to see what is inside. So that's why they have come up with specific socks. Besides the leather socks, they've got a specific socks. It's in certain places, they sell it for 400 rand. But it's so strong that when you put it on, then you know you are covered. It's like you're wearing a jacket. So nothing. So they say when it comes to masah, you make a masah on something that you cannot see what is inside. That's the second part. Khuffayn, leather socks, normal socks, and then on your amama. Amama is on your turban. You can make a masah. And also for a woman, she can make a masah on the niqab, the one that she covers on the face. She can make a masah if there is a need for it. There is a need for it. If she is in a place where she doesn't want, because remember, covering your face to some scholars is wajib for a woman. It is wajib, though it is most of the scholars, majority of the scholars, it is a sunnah. But for those who believe it's wajib, and they have to cover their faces, they are allowed to make a masah also on khimar. We call it khimar or niqab. Make masah on it. And this masah, for how long are you allowed to do it? For how long are you allowed to do it? So remember the first condition, before you wear those socks, or before you wear the leather socks, you must make a proper tahara, meaning you have washed them proper before you wore it. So after you wear it, you want to make now a new wudu, that's where the masah you are allowed to. Is that clear? So remember that condition first. Before I start my masah, I don't just start before I make my wudu. Is that clear? Now, so I make my proper wudu first, then I'm wearing my socks and my leather socks and all that while I am on tahara. Then after that, if I want to make a wudu, that's where you are allowed to make your masah. Is that clear? For how long will you carry on making that masah? If you are not a traveler, you are what we call in Arabic muqim. Muqim meaning you are a person, you are at your home, you're not traveling. So you're allowed to do that for the entire day and night. Yawmun wa layla. Yawmun wa layla, meaning the entire day, we including the night, you're allowed to make your masah. But if you are a traveler, you're traveling, then you are allowed to make masah for 3 days and 3 nights. Is that clear? Now, 3 days and 3 nights if you are traveling. And there are exceptions to those people who are in certain type of work. There are people like emergency people and all that. Emergency people, according to the ulama, they say they are allowed to make masah as long as when they left home, they did a proper wudu and all that, they can do the masah all the time. It's not a problem at all because of their work. Because of the work they are doing. For them to take off those shoes and all that, everything else, it takes time and all that. And because of the work, they are emergency people and all that, they are allowed to make masah without telling them how long they can do it. Is that clear? It doesn't matter how long they can do their masah. Now we come to the method of making masah. How do you do it? The method. So, my socks, I want to make a masah. So, my right hand to my right leg. My left hand on my left leg. And it is only on top of it. Only on top. Here. This is the part. Only that part. No here, no there. You don't do it. Only here, this part. The same here on the left, you do on that part. No under at all. Under it, you don't do that. You don't make masah on it. And here is some of the scholars mentioned something very interesting. And they say that deen, when it comes to deen, don't use your intellect. Deen doesn't come with your intellect and say, I need to understand why am I doing this. Ibadah is tawqifiyya. We say ibadah tawqifiyya. Meaning ibadah comes only from Allah and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wisdom behind it, some we might understand, but most of it we don't understand. Most of it we don't understand. You can't come and ask me why you're making sujood in ibadah. So you don't understand. So that's why when we're making masah, look at when we're making masah, and this is where Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, he says that if deen was about understanding, then the masah would have been the right place to make masah would have been where? Under. And not on top of it. So he says that if deen was about understanding and your intellect, then masah would have been better under than doing on top of it. So most of the time, deen is not about how you understand it. Deen is tawqifiyya. It shows that you should obey and follow. That's it. Allah wants to see where you are an obedient servant. So you follow. Don't ask so many questions about it. If you don't understand ibadah, there are a lot of things that we don't understand. A lot of things that we don't understand. An example. If I pass window, what's the relationship of washing my face in my hands? So that hikmah only Allah knows. So ibadah is tawqifiyya. What are the things that will break your masah? Meaning you won't be allowed to make masah after that. One, the moment you take off your leather socks or your socks, then it's over. You can't do masah after that. You have to now make a proper wudu. The moment you take it off, then it's over. There is no, you can't make masah afterwards. So for example, I performed my Zuhr Salah, I made masah. Then, now I'm taking off my socks. I took it off. Then later on I put it on. Then I want to make wudu for Asr Salah. The moment I took it off, now I can't make masah. I cannot make masah now. I have to make a proper wudu. Is that clear?
No.
And when it becomes that now I need to make ghusl, that is wajib. If I want to take a bath, that is wajib. Then masah is no longer valid. Your masah is no longer valid. And also, if the period is over, if I started yesterday all night and now I come in the morning, so that is a day and a night, then it's no longer masah because the period is over now. Because you can only make masah if you are not traveling a day and night. So if that period is over, you can no longer make masah. You can no longer make masah. Besides who? Besides who? Emergency.
Emergency.
And that must also will be on if I break my wudu. I hope you understand where I'm going to. Now, if I break my wudu during that period, that's the time you're allowed to make your must afterwards. If you want to go and make another wudu now, during that period, I broke my wudu during that period. So I want to make wudu, a new wudu. Is that clear? Then I will make my masah. So whether I went to the toilet or not, I'm allowed to make my masah. Is that clear? Whether I slept also, because those are the things that will break your wudu. Sleeping, I go to the toilet. So those are things that are breaking my wudu. But as long as I did not take off my socks during that period, during that time, I'm allowed to make a masah when I'm making my wudu. Now, the other place that I'm allowed to make a masah, for example, I've got a wound on a place where I'm supposed to make wudu, places where I'm supposed to wash while I'm performing wudu. It happens that I'm injured on my hand, anywhere else. So I'm allowed to make masah. I'm allowed to make a masah on it. And the moment say deen is useful, it's so easy, don't make it difficult for people. If you've got a wound, don't use water on it. If you know that water can affect your wound, and you are going to be affected. So you don't do it. You don't do it. And that's why the scholars, they say, in a weather whereby it is too cold, and you are in the state of janaba, you are in the state of janaba, and you know if I use the cold water, it's going to affect me. Make tayammum. You make tayammum. You are allowed to make tayammum. Don't go now in the freezing water and all that. Say it's janaba, I have to, and all that. Because if you get sick and all that, it is useful. The religion is easy. Doesn't. That's why it is mentioned. It is mentioned in the story that a Sahabi was in a janaba, and it was so cold. Now, when you ask some of the Sahaba, what must I do? It's too cold. They say, no, you have to take a bath. And he was affected by that. When they came to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam condemned them. He said, why did you do that? You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. So don't make life difficult. If a person is injured and all that, he can't wash. And as long as you have put a bandage on it, you just make masah on it. And the same way also, if a person, the same token also, if a person, there is some difficulties, he's got some difficulties to take off his clothes, or taking off his socks and all that, it's difficult for him, he can carry on. There is a reason, sometimes there are valid reasons that are there, then he is allowed to make a masah, even more than the 3 days if he is traveling. Even more than 3 days if he is traveling. Because of the reason that makes him not to take off the leather socks or the socks and all that. Okay, that is the mas'ala or the aspect of al-mashu al-khuffayn. And I hope we have covered most of the things there. If there is any question regarding that masah, before we come to nawaqid al-wudu, things that breaks our wudu, and then we come to the tayammum, I think we rather stop there now. If there is any question regarding masah, now.
Does the length of the socks matter?
As long as it covers your ankle, that's all. Doesn't matter, as long as it covers, because that's the place of your wudu. So as long as the ankle is covered, then it's enough.
So, like you spoke about the emergency people, like on my case, like in the soldiers, what you do most, you find out it's Salah time, but you are posted somewhere, station. You can't move anywhere. You said until you finish what you finish. Sometimes it can be extended, depends what was the reason.
Okay, but if you know, I understood what you're saying, but if you know that today I'm going for this type of work, from what time to what time?
Yeah, that's why it depends what must happen. Because sometimes you can be there almost the whole day.
The whole day you'll be there.
Just move
From
there,
what time? From what time?
Maybe, let's say after Fajr you get posted there.
Oh,
and then you get the relief maybe after what is this, Maghrib.
You only leave after Maghrib. Yeah, you got an excuse. That you've got an excuse because of your work. Then you'll have to make qada of your salah. If there is not any other way.
Yeah, because sometimes especially the wudu part, the maslah part. On that, I want to make, but I'm on that position. I have time to make that, but I can't move from any other place besides the issue of maslah.
But would you be able to perform your salah?
Yeah.
You'll be able to perform your salah, then you make tayammum. It's not a problem. Yeah. If you are able to perform your salah, then you rather make tayammum. Meaning, because then you can't go and make wudu or something like that.
No, in the wudu part I see, maybe by then I still have my wudu. What is this? Okay. I don't have my wudu now, the maslah part. Because I'm wearing a certain kit for that particular operation, so I can't take it off.
Yeah, so you make maslah. You make maslah, no problem at all. As long as my worry was if you are in this position and you don't move at all.
Yeah, it's possible because sometimes you call your own peace. You just go there to observe, so you can't move.
You can't move at all.
Yeah, you just fight, so to speak.
It's fine. Okay, so you can't move. Therefore, you'll have to make qada of your salah. You have to make qada of your salah. Then you got no option there. There is no any other. But how long does it happen? It happens all the time or sometimes?
Yeah, it happens sometimes. It depends what kind of rules. Like you just go for deployment or a certain operation. Then you are posted there. It won't be every day because of you get relief sometimes.
You get relief sometimes. Can you make what you call a special arrangement with the person that relieves you?
Yeah, like if at least usually you are two.
Yeah, so if you're two, then you can tell your friend, you know what, this time only can you relieve me and all that. And then what you can do in this situation, you're allowed to make what we call jama. You're allowed to make jama. Jama is you can perform your zuhur and asr salah together, and then you're done. Then you're done. Then after that, you got no worry, because at night, you got the whole night to perform your Maghrib, your Isha, Salah together, it's not a problem. But during the day, if you can make an arrangement with that person who can relieve you, then that time, you read both your Salah. You read your Dhuhr and your Asr Salah. No.
You have your wudu, you're wearing your socks, you're wearing your shoes, maybe he's there spying there, in the jungle.
Yeah.
So,
He doesn't need to take off his shoes.
okay, now he comes back. He comes back, maybe he has a nice facility where he can take off, or maybe he wants to pray with the shoes. He prays with the shoes off.
Yeah. It's
Then
not a
he
problem.
comes back for a second. If he takes off the shoes, the masah is still on.
Yeah, no, still. As long as he doesn't take off the socks.
The socks of the shoe.
Alaikum salam.
So now, that's the sequence of you apply.
Yes.
You start with the right.
You start with the right, and then you go to the left. Yes. The sequence, you can't break. The sequence must be there. Even if I've got an injury here or somewhere, I'll make must during the time that you're supposed to.
On your right.
On your right.
On your left, if you don't know the way.
Then you wash it. Yes. Yeah.
So, okay. You said something, when you said the logic part. Because you see, when you do the masla, I was just checking, but you apply left to left, right to right.
Yes.
So if you apply left to right,
It's not a problem, but that's the method. The sunnah is like that. But if you have done your mask with your right hand only, with the left leg also, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. But the sunnah, the method, your mask will be valid. Your mask will be valid. But the best way to do it is to follow according to the sunnah. The right hand with your right leg and left hand with the left leg. So, but if it happens that you have done with your right hand both, it's not a problem. Even if it has happened that you have done it with your left hand on both, your mask itself is valid. That mask is valid as long as if you're doing with your left hand, you started with your right and then your left. It's still valid. But the proper method according to the sunnah is right hand with the right leg and left hand with your left leg.
Maybe you covered it when I wasn't here. So then, is it allowed only on leather socks or any type of socks?
Leather socks, on other socks also, as long as they're thick enough, you know that the socks are not torn, it's not showing any part of your places where you're supposed to make wudu. No part is showing and all that is properly covered and all that, you can make mask. And if you wear a turban, you can make mask on your turban also. You don't need to take it off to make mask on your head. You can do it on your imam. And also for a lady, those who wear niqab and all that, they are allowed to make mask on the niqab. If they are in a position where they don't want any other people to see their faces. Hope we have covered on that topic of mask, inshallah. If there is any other question besides that topic,
So if the socks on the leather sock has a hole, so it won't be valid.
no, it won't be valid at all. If it's got a hole, you can see inside, you can see, then you're not allowed to make mask on it. It must cover the place of your wudu. It must be covered completely. If it's got a hole, you can see what you don't make mask on it. You have to take it off and then wash, proper washing. Any Any question, Hassan, from the...
No, you covered it. I see the question, but you covered it. Is the female asking about the
the niqab?
the niqab,
Okay,
and then
okay.
can they make on their...
Yes, they can. Yeah. اللهم ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنه وفي الاخره حسنه وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مباركا وتفرقنا تفرقا معصوما. اللهم زدنا علما وارزقنا فهما. اللهم زدنا علما وارزقنا فهما. اللهم زدنا علما وارزقنا فهما. اللهم انا نعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع ومن قلب لا يخشع ومن نفس لا تشبع ومن دعوه لا يستجاب لها. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم وحد موتانا وموتى المسلمين. اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا لا تدع منا احدا له ذنبا الا غفرته ولا دينا الا قضيته ولا حاجه من حوائج الدنيا الا قضيته ويسرتها يا حي يا قيوم يا ذا الجلال والاكرام. اللهم انا نسالك العفو والعافيه في الدنيا والاخره. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد وبارك وسلم. سبحان ربك رب العزه عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحان الله.
Can I ask something came in late? The question says, if one is wearing leather socks and they forget and take it off by mistake before their time ends, before their time expires, does that break the masah, or they can put back the leather socks?
No, it's the moment that you take it off, then the masih period is over. It's over. You'll have to make a complete wudu. You can't just put it back and then say later on I'll make masih. No. The moment you take off, during that period you took off your socks, then your masih is over. You understand? You mustn't take it off. The moment you take it off, your masih is over. You'll have to make a complete wudu. Is that clear?
Disconnected.